Okay, I'm going to work out some problems with you on page 436 and 437 of the Pythagorean theorem and its converse. And I'll be working from from the actual problem set, some problems that you were not required to do, I don't think. Okay, starting with number 5, it says find the length of the hypotenuse of the right triangle. So number 5, you have a triangle here. We're going to have to draw Tarzan because you've got that loincloth on. Okay, 42 and 40. And so we know a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So a and b, it doesn't matter what order the legs come in. 42 squared plus 40 squared is equal to the hypotenuse squared, and this is side C right here. Okay, so using your calculator, 42 squared is 1764, and 40 squared is 1600, which I could have done in my head, equals c squared. Add the two together. And we get 3364. Whoops. 3364 equals c squared. Now you're going to take the square root of each side, and we're going to get c is equal to 58. Okay, flipping over to the opposite page, finding the area. We're going to do number 13. You have a triangle, looks kind of like this. This is 12 centimeters at the bottom, and this is 10 centimeters and 10 centimeters. So that makes these two equal. Now, using the theorem that says if a point, and that would be the top of this point, if this point is equal distance from the end points of a segment, it's on its perpendicular bisector. And since we have a perpendicular sign symbol at the bottom, we know that this is on the perpendicular bisector, which means these two segments are equal, making one of them 6 then, or half of 12. Now you're going to use the Pythagorean theorem to find the height, to find this distance here. So, if we draw our little Tarzan guy, there he is, his legs coming out of, whoops, I need to do it on the other side for it to be effective. Okay, we find that loincloth, and we know that the loincloth is where his body comes out. So there he is. And so we know that his leg is this height here. That's one leg, and the other leg is right there. So, using our Pythagorean theorem, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. And this time, c squared is our 10 centimeters. So we're going to put our 10 squared over there. And then a squared can be 6 squared, or that could be b squared. It doesn't really matter. Now remember, before you go adding and subtracting, you have to go ahead and do the squaring. And so we get 100 squared on one side, and that's a b squared, and 36. And when you subtract 100 minus 36, you get 64. We're subtracting 36 from each side. And we get b squared is 64, so b is 8. All right, now, but the question says to find the area. So we're going to use our area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. Well, our entire base is 12, so don't use that 6 that you used before, because that was just using 1/2 of that large triangle, using a small triangle, to find the height. So we have 1/2 base, which is 12, and height, which is 8. And I'm setting this up as a fraction so that I can do this cancellation. That way I can actually do the multiplication in my head. 6 times 8 is 48. I could probably have done it in my head anyway, just because it's a 12. Okay, 48 centimeters squared. So make sure that you add in the centimeters squared.